Buying a home can be one of the most overwhelming yet most rewarding things you can do for yourself financially. The process can sound scary, and most people don't know where square one is. Even if you're 6 months to 1 year out, now is the time to start thinking about what needs to happen to accomplish your goals for the future. So I want to share with you some of the most important steps that you can take right now to help you get started in the right direction. So step 1, you want to meet with a real estate professional. I always like to do a buyer consultation with future buyers, whether it's your first time buying a home or you're well seasoned, so I can give you a better understanding of what's going on in our real estate market. Things can change overnight, and it's important to be up to date with our current market trends. I also like to set them up on a home search on my personal website so that they can get a better feel for the city, especially if you are out of state. This is a great start to see what homes are in what part of the city, so you can determine price, schools, shops, restaurants, and whatever else is important to you nearby these communities. You would be surprised, but major websites like Zillow, Trulia, Realtor.com, they don't update as quickly as my personal webpage, and they may not have all accurate information. So I do want to mention to you, when you work with a full-time agent, you don't want to work with someone who's part-time, only closing 2 deals a year for extra income, which is most realtors. So what's the first thing you do when choosing a new restaurant? You most likely use Yelp or Google to make sure it doesn't have terrible reviews and it hasn't been featured on Dirty Dining in the past month, right? So do yourself a favor. Google them online, and if you can't find Zillow reviews, testimonials, business pages, including social media, they probably aren't constantly active in the market. I've never understood why people will Yelp their little hearts out when it comes to food, but when it comes to one of the biggest purchases of their lives, they haven't vetted out a realtor. Step 2, how much can I afford? After you have chosen a realtor to work with, you set up a search and you'll want to find out exactly how much home buying power you have. So a lot of realtors have a list of recommended professionals they have worked with in the past, and I want to make it very clear, it is absolutely your choice who you work with. You have the right to shop around and choose different lenders to see who can get you the best rate, discuss mortgage payment, who is the most knowledgeable in the industry, and who genuinely has your best interest at heart. These are the people that are willing to sit, listen to your needs and concerns, and they should be explaining to you in detail about down payment, closing costs, interest rate, and any other expenses that are expected. There is a huge misconception that because you aren't ready to buy that you shouldn't speak to a lender. And if you speak with a lender, then they will just run your credit, putting them in a bad position, and especially if they don't have high credit scores, well, this is completely false. There's a big difference between a pre-qualification and a pre-approval letter. I won't go in depth about this, but it is important to know that by simply touching base and establishing a relationship with a lender will give you a pre-qualification. They can give you an action plan that best suits depending on your time frame without running credit. Some examples of this may be giving you an idea on your purchase price, your down payment, where your credit score needs to be. If you've been at your job long enough, and any necessary actions that need to be taken so you can purchase, even if it's a year down the line. This really is the most important step. I do want to mention that the Federal Housing Administration, or FHA, requires a credit score of at 500 to buy a home with an FHA loan with about 10% down. A minimum of 580 is needed to take the minimum down payment of 3.5%, and most people think you need at least 7 to qualify. Again, these are lender questions, and it's best to talk to a licensed lender. After you speak with the lender, you will have a better understanding of your time frame. You'll want to get back in contact with your realtor, which is me, and from there, you can form a game plan based off of your specific situation. I hope this video is helpful. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and look out for my next video as I break down the steps of the home buying process.